It's the Deep Slant 101 presented by Xfinity. Our guest this week, Duke Johnson. Welcome in, Duke.
Thank you for having me.
Your locker is getting full of all the game balls that you've been collecting. 3
I know.
touchdowns in the last 4 games.
Yeah, I have to save them for my mom. She wants every ball, every touchdown ball.
That's what I was going to ask you, what you were going to do with them. So you're going to give them, do you sign them and give them to your mom?
No, I just give them to me. Yeah, she does put them in the case. So she has a whole memorabilia room back at the home she stayed at in Miami. And every ball that I've scored that I didn't give away, she puts in a stand and keeps.
And she keeps it. Her room's getting pretty full, I imagine.
Yeah, I don't think she cleaned it out yet. She's still working on it.
How does your mom like what you've been doing so far with the Texans? 9 games, 3 touchdowns. You're really rocking and rolling now here for the first half of the season.
My mom is like a team player. So anytime we win, anytime we lose, that's the first thing she called me and tell me is that we won or we lost. Anytime we lose, she called me and like she puts on a sad face and be like, I wanted to win so bad.
Oh, that's nice.
Or it's a great job on the win. And then we dive deeper into the individual stats later.
She's not like, Duke, that one play that you had, why did you run this way or what? She doesn't like critique your performance or anything like that?
Nah, she just like to yell, he's open. That's her thing, he's open. I'm always open, let my mom tell me.
Well, speaking of open, you put up some pretty impressive numbers in the receiving game. You're one of the few running backs that I feel like over the course of every season, your receiving numbers are really higher than your rushing numbers. When did you sort of find out that that's the sort of running back that you're going to be in this league?
When I came out for the combine, pretty much every team I talked to talked about that role of catching the ball, being a receiver out the backfield. So ever since day one in Cleveland, that was kind of my role, and that's what I did. So I just try to excel as much as I can at that.
Do you ever lobby for running the ball more? I know that you're just happy to get the touches you get, but you're pretty good on the ground as well.
I gave up in lobbying for touches. I gave up 2 years ago. It's not my role. It's not what they want from me. It's not what the team needs. So for me, it's whatever the team needs.
All right, let's talk about your role here because you get traded here just before the start of the season. Lamar Miller was still healthy. You had a different role, then a lot changes in the course of a couple weeks. And then all of a sudden, Lamar's out for the season. Carlos Hyde comes in here. You're now the veteran of the running back group. What was that first month like for you, being the guy that was here the longest at that point in the season in the running back room?
I was here the longest, but I was still catching up. So it was still new for me as well. And I think I spent that time trying to get Carlos caught up as well as I can within the time frame we had. I think me and Coach DB, our running back coach, spent time just trying to get Carlos caught up as much as he can because Carlos knows how to play football. He understands football. He understands protection. He understands everything. It's just about breaking it down to him in ways he already knows. So that's kind of how I spent my time.
You and Carlos have played together. You guys were together in Cleveland. Now you're here, and your 1-2 punch is first in the AFC, second in the NFL in total yards, combined rushing yards. How different is it playing with Carlos here versus when you were in Cleveland? What's the difference?
I think in Cleveland, we didn't have as much time. Carlos was traded, I want to say, the week of the trade deadline. I think he was traded then, as well as they just drafted Nick Chubb, who was also getting touches and getting opportunities to run the ball. So I think the difference is Cleveland knew who they wanted the running backs to be, and here, Coach OB is going with who he have. And I think at the end of the day, it works out for all of us. Nick Chubb is the guy in Cleveland. He's, to me, one of the best running backs in the league. And me and Carlos is, again, together and trying to make it work for the team, whatever the team needs. It's our job to do.
You've been through some adversity in your career. You were with the 0-16 team in Cleveland.
And 1-15.
And 1-15,
yes.
And here you are. And how nice is it to be at this point of the season, sitting where the Texans are, coming off some big road wins, big road win in London, obviously. What's the attitude in the locker room? Does it feel strange? Does it feel different? What does it feel like compared with what you've experienced?
It's definitely different. And I think the one moment that sticks out to me is we had a Halloween get-together, like a Halloween party. All the guys came and hung out.
Deshaun Watson's party, yes.
D4's party, and I dressed up. never dressed up. My family, my friends, they all call me the Grinch, which I understand why. But I dressed up. I did a little skit on Instagram, and everyone's trying to figure out where's that coming from. Where was this the last 5-6 years? And I think mentally I'm in a different place.
You're mentally in a different place.
I'm in a different place. I'm in a different space mentally. So
where does that come from? Do you think it's the winning? Do you think it's the group that's around you, the players in the locker room?
I think it's some of
changed?
both. I think it's mainly the winning, because I think the group in Cleveland, the group of guys in Cleveland that I had around me was some great guys that I loved and I enjoyed being around. But I think it's the winning more than it is the guys. The guys always play a part, but I can't sit here and say the guys here are different than the guys in Cleveland, because it's not. It's the same group of guys that love each other, that depend on each other, that trust each other. But I think it's the winning. I think it's everyone's locker room bought in. We all know what we want. We're doing it, and we're all on one path. And that's just something we got to try and keep moving towards, is winning and sticking together and playing for one another.
All right, so the important question is, what did you dress up as?
I was actually a character off the TV show Martin. I was Roscoe, the kid. So it was. What
was your skit? Was it a scene from Martin?
It was. That's exactly what it was.
Okay.
It was like a lip sync, so I kind of lip sung it and had the plan in the back.
Oh, okay.
So it was fun. It was different, and I think at that moment I realized I'm definitely in a different space mentally than I was my previous 4 years. I want to say,
Yeah. What are you like off the field? I hear that you're a pretty good cook, chef.
I think I'm a better picture taker than I am chef.
Picture taker of what you
The food.
cooked?
Yes.
Oh, you're an Instagram chef.
Yeah, let's
But
go with
the
that.
food has to look good in order for the picture to come out good, does it not?
I get a lot of a lot of people saying that the food looks good. I can cook. I'm still working on it. I'm still learning.
What sort of things do you cook in the kitchen?
Really, some of everything.
Okay.
I have a chef.
Like, what's your best recipe?
I
was like,
steak.
make the best thing that you make.
I won't really say it's the best. I just enjoy steak because it's simple to cook. It's easy. Steak, chicken, pasta. They're fairly simple.
Okay.
But we get creative and we'll make something like, I think we made like a pizza, kind of like a pizza egg roll situation.
Okay.
I have a chef and I have an assistant, and we all get together and kind of brainstorm creative things to cook.
You have a chef, but you like to go in there and add suggestions sometimes.
Yeah,
Is that how
because
that goes?
during the season, I don't like to cook a lot.
Of course.
I normally cook on my off days, so I need someone to still be cooking food and still preparing it because I'm not gonna do it. So I have her to help me out with that. But in the off season, I try to cook 3 times a week.
When did you start cooking? Did you take lessons? Did you watch a cooking channel?
2 years ago, I started cooking.
Okay.
And I just...
Were you in a competition of some sort, a TV show? Okay, I'm confusing you with someone else I thought was really big.
I've been getting kind of offers to do it. I'm just timid. I'm not really...
So you have gotten offers to do it?
Yeah, I have offers to come on networks and do cooking channels and cooking books and just kind of...
What do you need to get to that level?
I don't know. I'm not...
You're not there yet.
I have no idea. I think it just have to be a feeling for me. Just one day I wake up like, you know what, let's do it. Right now I'm still enjoying learning and enjoying doing it, just still in the enjoying phase.
All right, I was talking about Houston. You said the one thing that really surprised you about Houston is how much it floods, because you lived in Miami where it rained a lot, but it didn't flood.
It rained too much. It rains almost every other day.
In Miami?
Yes.
Okay.
But
it doesn't flood?
Surprisingly, no. Surprisingly.
That's strange to me, because here it could rain for an hour and you have to watch where you're going.
And I found that out.
You found that out.
We was actually
Did you get stuck somewhere?
I didn't get stuck, but a lot of guys were talking about they may get stuck, or you may have to get a truck because if you have a car, you don't stand a chance.
It's good advice. Yeah. That's great advice. What other sort of things do you like to do in the off-season? I know you haven't had a lot of free time while you've been in Houston, but what are some of the other things you like to do in your free time?
Bowl. I'm a movie and TV guy.
Okay, what's the binge watching thing that you're into these days?
I think the better question is, what's the binge watching thing I'm not into these days?
Okay, what are you not
into? I literally watch everything.
Oh, you
literally
because you
everything, anything, everything. Right now, I think the show that I'm most recently watching is God Friended Me. That's a show, How to Get Away with Murder. It's a lot of shows. The Blacklist. I just
Like dramas? You really into dramas?
Really watch anything.
Anything.
Because I'm a homebody. I enjoy being in the house, relaxing, watching TV, music. I listen to a lot of music.
What sort of music? What's on your playlist for a game?
Really, either it's J. Cole or it's an artist from Miami. Major 9, which is Chad Thomas. He plays for Cleveland now.
Okay.
So him or another guy from Miami. I try to listen to Miami guys.
You like support your Miami guys,
Yeah,
right?
for sure. I try to always
maybe we'll
support.
try some Houston guys too. I'll give you like a list of guys you can support in Houston.
Sign me up.
Yeah, and girls too.
I'm all for it.
All right. What do you want for yourself for the second half of the season? How can you get better? I heard you talking in the locker room that you really have just scratched the surface and there's more that you can do to get better. What do you want to get better at?
I think the biggest thing for me, my main thing and my first priority is always to protect the four. Like, because we know what kind of guy we have at quarterback, and I think he's going to make his miracle plays. He's going to make the spectacular plays. We know he's going to make those plays, but the plays that he should be clean and he should not be touched and everyone should be perfect, those are the plays that we have to make sure that we keep going and keep moving forward towards more of those plays. Because when the plays come for him to make a play, he's going to make it. When he's clean, everything's perfect, that's easy for him. So I think that's the main thing for me is protecting him and making every play I have. Any play I have, any opportunity I get to make a play for this team, whether it's pass protection, running the ball, catching the ball, even if it's special teams, whatever it is for me, it's all about making the play.
All right, and maybe you can get some more game balls for your mom.
Oh my gosh, she has enough.
No, she needs more.
She has enough.
She needs more. All right, one more question before I let you go. When I was looking up stuff about you, your name is Randy Johnson, but you go by Duke. So tell me where you got Duke. It's Randy Duke. It's Randy, quote, Duke Johnson.
Was Randy.
So when did you go
I
Randy
legally changed my name last year. My name
Just
is
last year?
Duke Johnson.
Okay. So where did Duke come from? Is that a family name?
My mom's, she tells me the story all the time. I think my mom's granddad's name was Duke. His name was Duke Coleman. And he loved sports. And she just thought that she would name me after him. And once I started going by Duke, really didn't get called my first name, I just went ahead and legally changed it.
Just easier for paperwork and stuff like that. I got you. All right, good stuff. Duke Johnson, thanks so much.
Thank you.